It's nice to have a little ambient, but I don't want to miss what I'm saying. I need to find my camera. No, not that one. You know, I got like 4 of these pages open. Here I am. Okay, not that one. Okay, not that one, but I can share this one. How do I get rid of this one? Boy. Okay. I found me. What do I want to do? The thing is, I get so confused because there's multiple ways of doing there's multiple ways to create a situation using like if I want to go 1 to 9, everything 1 to 9, all zeros, I want to take up 2 numbers. If I take up 1 number, it's in the middle. 1 number is in the middle. 2 numbers become in the corners. 3 numbers go straight across on an angle. 4 numbers get all the corners. The 5th one goes in the center. The 6th one goes 3 to the side. The 7th one is created by 2 sides. Yeah, I got that little. The 8 is a construction. The construction of 1 dot and 8 void. The construction of 1 dot and 8 void. Now, when I say all single digit numbers get a 6, because all single dots get a 6. So instead of at 1, it'd be 6, 1. Well, how come not 8? How come before you said when it was a 1, there was 8, right? But it's to the 6 void. There is no 8. It's 6 and it's 6. You create the heaven within. 12 creates 8. 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 plus 6 equals 8. The 12 will create the purple ball, and it'll be the beginning of EDC. EDC, because the purple ball is 12, the multiplication creates BC. Numbers into letters, letters into words. It's a purple ball. Purple has a number. The number is 88. It's got to be created from another color. It's created from red and blue. Blue is 40. Red is 27. We got 67 and end up with 88. We got 21 more. I can introduce the cube. Got 21 dots. But there's really 54 area spaces, the same numeric value in Sun or V-Sun or Venus. Or in Saturn, separated SUN inside the word, where Saturn is number 93, the SUN inside of it is 54. But instead of 93, we'll now add 39 to 54, equaling to 93. They have now added the ABCD angel, one of the wings. One of the wings, the ABCD angel. Here's one of the wings. The other wing is that what it was? Here's the other wing. 3 and 1 and 3 and 1, L and L. They come together. They're both sharing the same level, the split level. But it's irrelevant if they're split to above and below. But the 5 is split into quarters. So 5 equals to 1.25. Since life is on 1 element block over here, since it's over here, so that 1.25 per element block, meaning we're sharing, okay, a piece and part. This is that 1/4 we share, and that's Earth. Looks like antennas. What else can this tell me? The total value in reality of this area is 45. This tells me that I have 364 days. Plus 1.25 equals 365.25. The numeric value of Earth is 52. The numeric value of Mars is 51. For those who have not seen it before with what the difference is, I can show you in designs. Ask me now, and just give me a second. I'm looking to repair my screen. Okay, got that here. Oh, that's better. Oh yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay, so the 1.25, so now what we have is we have 13 times 28 equals 364, and we're missing 1.25 days to the leap year. And there's a quarter day lost to the heart over here. Now there's also a question asked inside of here. Is this a passage? Is this a division? What exactly is this? But anything that does get split by a single line always tells me about Mars. But if I can implement a double line along with it, I will then put Earth and Mars together. Earth, Mars. And their numbers, okay, I'm just going to reverse their numbers. This is their numbers in the short count, or the letters are yo. The letters are yo. That's their letters, 6 and 7. So through this, that is the student. I'm just trying to see where I'm going with this. So we now have what is to be said, 13 by 28. So this word man is number 28, and he can't become this word unless he was 13. So if he becomes this word to become that word, then he comes to be the moon. Man in the moon. What are the letters man? Inside the letters man is Tesla. Let me see where I can get you. Okay, here's where man is. You see, over here is the M. The other side of this, or the connecting side to this, because there's got to be more than one, okay, will be the M. The M and the N are over here. So where is A inside of this? Is this a new section where we keep going up? Because in this M and N letters, their numeric value is 1 and 1. So inside of this connection, it says Ma'an, M-A-A-N. That's what it says. But when you say man, remember just one thing. Remember, do not forget the letters. It's M and it's N. And it's what makes the A silent, and it's ah, Hammond. Hammond. So this is just what it's a basic reaction to the letters, right? Because that's what they say. So this is where man comes in, and it comes into this area over here. This area over here is going to create a hexagon, at least that one part, pending how I come to a point over here. The reason for that is because both this letter and this letter will get the same number. Here it reduced, so I went down. But here it gets the same number. And remember, by going down on this way, what is to my front door is now above me. What is above and to my left, to its front is what is above me. So there's an intertwining something that I will have to figure out inside of here. And I'm just looking on this page, 1.25, 13 moons. 4 by 90 is 360 degrees, right? That's the other thing about the moon. 7 times 7 times 7
equals 343. 7 times 7 equals to 49. And then 7 times, and just 7 times nothing. So you're not going to put anything. So I'm just going to go to the next one. Plus 7 equals to 14 equals to 63. The word is 11. 11. 1163. 1163. This 11 is the student. This is your yo. So I'm showing you Mars and Earth, the 1.25 in basic art, where 1 goes into 5, as to where Earth, where 2 goes into 5, because that's their numeric value, 5215. I didn't tell you where to put the 1, did I? This one looks like 11, and when you play blackjack, that's what you get. You're only allowed one of them. You can have as many of these, but you only can have one of those. You can have as many Marses as you want, but you can only have one Earth. Yo gives you the extra day. 777, 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals to 21, plus 343 equals to all your moons. In a deck of cards, we're going to count only the 52 cards. We're not going to go on to the 2 jokers, which equals to 54 of the sun. We're missing 1.25. Again, we are missing Earth, Mars. We are missing electric company. 1 and 2 come together. 5 is a polar of 2. 5 is a polar of 2. When I put 1 with 2, right, there's nothing. It's standard that we create 3. That will be a one-side standard. Okay, that is basic. 1 and 2 goes together. You can even put 3 and 1 and 3 and 2 together. And then 3 and 3 together. And that's it. Everything else is a reflection. But because I'm not showing it to you right now, I think I should let it drop. I want to go on to where we have 13 cards in a suit, where we have 4 suits. Okay, but we have 3 suits, and then we have 1 suit. The diamond suit. The diamond suit is not like any suit. The diamond suit is a little bit different. You see, in the diamond suit, what happens is it doesn't matter if I put the card this way or I put the card this way, the images remain the same. So I like to say that that suit is 2-to-1. It's a 2-to-1 suit, and when you get a payoff on 4 and 10, you get 2-to-1. The 4, excuse me, in the field, you will get a payout on number 2 and number 12 in the fields. But if you own, on the come out roll, if you land on 4 and 10, your payout will be 2-to-1. 2-to-1. So what we're going to do now is we have 13 times 4 equals to 52. But we have 3 by 13 equals to 39. That is at the 10. That is the word with angel. That is creation, okay, of all the areas, the birth of the half-life cube. One of the things about the half-life cube to understand is that if I want to draw a diagonal line, okay, a diagonal line in which, if you can understand, this is one area space, I'm going to draw my addition. But when I come to a multiplication in this one area, I will split it into 4. You see, the multiplication is implying more than one world, because it's either this way or it's that way. So you're overlapping everything, reading this way, reading that way. So in this area, what happens is this complete area gets chopped in half, chopping the center, creating that half-life right here in the center, right over here in the center, and right over here in the center. So will the Star of David, so will the number 33. I'm going to see if I can get out a darker color to show you a little bit through this, is what happens in the first creation of A and B. I'm going to do this one over, let me see. I did a 9 over here. I'm not going to include 3 because I have AB as C. I'm not going to include it. I'm going to put D. Once you have C, right? Once you have C, A, B, C, C is the polar to D. And then once we do this, one becomes a polar, A becomes a polar to F. D becomes a polar to I. Polar. Polar. 3 is gone. 7 is gone. So we have 4, 9 polar. We have 1, 6 polar. 3 is gone. So what is gone? The 3, 4 polar is missing, and the 7, 6 polar is missing. It just so happens that the diameter of the moon is 2160. And that 2160, okay, is 3,476 kilometers. And 3476 can be found in order. See if I can do this. Hold on a second. I'm just looking for something here, if I can find it on the board. It's right here on the board. I got to see if I can pull this out. Just 1 second. Let me see. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Wow, it disappeared on me. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here, we can maybe see it here better. 34, 6, 34, 17. 6, 34, 17. I don't know if you can read it. It says orphalins. I wish you can read it. Orphan numbers. Maybe over here. The roulette key gold, successful racetrack. But it's 6, 34, 17. 6, 7, 8. It's 5775. Christ and the moon. Earth and the spirit. I break things down again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So where are we over here? What were we talking about? Yes, this came to the moon. I was trying to show you a 6, 7, 3, and 4. And here is the 6. Here is the 7 and the 3 and the 4 that come over there. That's your 1776. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is the gateway to the spirit of 66. Because it'll be 0, 6. 6 is the center of 6. One area. What passes with 1? 6. So what happens now is, since 7 times 7 times 7 creates this, we have to repeat these letters, CDC. Because that's what this is. And this is the cube. And the numbers that are missing on this is 33, because this has a total of 21 dots. There are 33 empty spaces, totaling 54. 3 and 8, creation of the heavens. So where am I going to go next with this? Now, the word man. I did that already. Man equals to number 13. There are 13 cards in the deck of cards. There are 4 suits. There are also 4 sea suns. I don't really want to count the S. I just want to say season. This is Earth and connecting to, I'm just trying to figure out which way I can go with this. I don't know A to E. I'm just trying to figure out which way I can go with this. I really don't know, because the only way to fabricate this S, okay, is with number 13. Is there a way to fabricate number 13? How can we fabricate 13? One of our first fabrications of 13 is through the half-life 1 and 6. We'll create your 13. This will create 13, and then it will go all the way on to creating 19. So it becomes 7, 4, 1. And there's probably just not for any reason that they put 1, 4, 7 in a row on the calculator. Everything you multiply by 3 will always return to one of 3 answers. It'll either be 3, 6, or 9. But once you go to 4 and 5, it is different. 5 will turn everything in half. 4 will be 1/3 more. Now we get to 6. When you multiply everything by 6, it becomes, this row will become 666. This row will be 333, and this row will be 999. Then we have 7 and 8. When you divide anything by 7, it will never include the decimal point, including a 3, 6, or 9. When you multiply by 7, I haven't gone through that yet, but I will one day. And 9, anything multiplied by 9 will always return to 9. So this is just a basic fact. Another basic fact is there are 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 6s, and 2 8s on here. Because if you count the area voided space in between, 3 to 5 is 4, 2 to 6 is 4, 1 to 5, the in-between number is 3, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 8, the in-between number is 6, 5, 6, 7. 5 to 9, the in-between number is 7, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to put this aside. We're going to bring back that man. He gets a bar, but we need to bar the 12. Man gets a bar, but we bar the 12. The number of man is 28. Of the 28 cycles of the 28 days of the moon of the 13 cycles. The 28 has a 1 value, and this has a 4 value. This 1 value will turn into a number 7 and turn into Jesus' time at the gate. Because time and Jesus and gate all have the same value. Once you get to the 4 corners, you've gone to the mirror of what is standard ABC. And the reason I call it standard is because of how we repeat. ST and DRD. Standard. There are no others. The rest between 4 ... to 9 all have a TH. Time heaven. The total here, 39. Connected to Saturn. How can we create this? Let's not get into that yet. I'm trying to think of something next. So what happens is basic ABC whoosh, goes away. We add this up. The total here equals to 12. So we're going to count from 4 all the way to 12, and we're going to get the nice purple ball and pull. 9, 10, 11, 12. So it becomes the 4th ball on the solid side. 4 low, 12 high, divided by number 8. Why do we call it the 7th gate? There are 7 balls. I don't know yet. I'm a little bit thirsty, and I'm thinking of something I'm forgetting. Let me take another look. Yes, let me go get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to try and see that I stick with the moon and the cycle and how we understand that 777, how it fits into the cycle of the moon. Where does number 11 come from in this? Well, the word 11 equals to the number 63, so it was 77 Christ that introduced this, and 7 times 7 equals to 49. So when ABC retired, okay, when ABC retired, okay, to 10, 11, 12, but they didn't retire to 10, 11, 12. I'm trying to figure out if it's a package, 10, 11, 12, because the reality is the next time one actually returns, okay, in the first position or in the single set position, the next time it returns, it has a 20 in front of it. And it's no longer number 1 first. It is now 20 first. Number 1 runs into the cycle of the moon, number 28, as well as the spirit 1, number 19, created by what is first and last. What is first and what replaces last? What replaces last as first, meaning that first and 21st, 1 through 20, or the dartboard, are the first section of numbers, which are split up. To get back to something that before I forget, the 14, the 13, I mentioned, so yes, the 14 inside. What happens also, if I can be putting all these things together, is this is number 13 over here. This is 13 plus 14. This is also where the division in gematria takes place. Okay? This is where the division in gematria takes place, where the letter M and the letter N, as I spoke in man, as this is Christ, 77, and this is CDC, which is man again. It's created from number 13. Number 13, many ways to look at how it can be created, which way it was created. Is it created through the half-life of 1 times 6 and 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 6 equals to 7. 6 plus 7 equals to 13. Well, why don't you multiply it? One of the reasons I go for the addition rather than the multiplication, because the multiplication will split a box. Second multiplication, third and fourth. The 4 multiplications create a larger x, okay? Larger x. The large x, okay, equals to 4. But inside of this reality, once this happens, it also creates an O inside of it. So it's now creating 16 total realities in which there are 4 dots and 1 dot created at the center. 4 dots and 1 dot. Also understand how many areas it took to create this. And it took 9 dots to create this. In the creation of this 9 dots, we have inside of here 88 that crisscross went in there. And the total value of this is 39, because 1 X and 1 O inside of each other, disregarding everything else, is number 39. Evaluation to when 4 shows up. When 4 shows up, you have mirrored everything else, and now creation of the birth in rotation. Let me check out what happened to my phone. I still want to get a drink. There's still more to explain. I'm not sure if I explained it right. I'm going to continue looking it over. All the numbers lead somewhere. Yeah, okay. We're going to take like a 2-minute break. Is that okay? Take a 2-minute break. Okay, you want to come in? Come on. Come on. Okay. Just give me one more minute. Okay. Let's continue. I'm not seeing any comments. Muted. What's muted? What was muted? Playing. Let me see if I can hear myself, or was it muted somewhere? Mm-hmm. Okay. How come no? How come if there's 7 people really watching, then I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. So where were we? Okay. There are 13 cards in a suit. 3 suits will give me 39. 13 cards, 1 plus 3 equals to 4. We now have a polarity. Inside this rendition, 3 plus 13 equals to 16. We now have 55. This 16 shows me my half-life. Will create my 13. This will create my 13. This will create the bar mitzvah, creating the man, creating the moon. If we don't begin, I'm just gonna continue on. So this is that basic setup of 4 suits. Now, when you add up 1 through 13, it equals to a total of 91. But like like ABC has been replaced, we are going to go A through I equaling to 45. So we have left out JKL equals to 33 plus M equals to a total of 46. 46 and 45. 46 and 45 before things split. Instead of it being 3-4, it's now 6-4. Instead of it being 1 less, it's 2 more. 1.5 times. Anyways, this here, okay, becomes 6 and 4 over here. Same as this over here. Now, what's going to happen here, okay, is we are going to remove ABC and we are going to create D through I. And this is going to equal to number 39. So you see how it just keeps picking up and then we enter it back into the moon. I'll get back to that in a minute. There's a lot of things going on. I never come here prepared, so maybe no one's ever going to learn anything. Maybe you will. I don't know. But I just have to share it because that's what I was told to do. Okay? Who told me to do it? Basic understanding that if there's something out there that somebody might want to know that doesn't want to go buy a book, that rather turn on the TV set than share it, you just don't know what's going to happen. It may mean something to somebody, and it certainly does because it means something to me. So we are going to go over here. We have number 39, but now we are going to add 39 plus 33 equals to 72 plus 13. 13 is that one added on. You know, when you end something, you add the first number with the last number, right? So 1 through 12, because the totality in here is actually 12. 13 is the separation between the half-life. Where is the 3? Both of these are actually, if you want to look at it, this is the first time, okay, that something has become a teen, but it's a 1/13, because if you listen to the word, it says third inside of it. So if it's third, so that means 1 and 2 have to be in front of it. And yeah, it is, because number 12 comes before 13. But the first, and then you have to say 21st. This disappears completely when this appears. The number 1, I believe, through 20 are expressions only to be used further on in numbers. So instead of using this and into 20, inside 20 will be the first time okay, that you'll be using 10-10. The same way you went and said 1 and 1 in Fibonacci, here you're going to go 10-10. Because it's, in order to get anything, you need ... 9 dots, and then 10, you have one whole. 1 is not everything. 1 is just part of something. The total value face over here is 45, but all you see is 3 with 6 empty spaces. That's 9. The value of each one is 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 creates that value, 5. 3 dots and 2 dots. 21, 1. 21, 2 and 1 is 3. They put that as 13. 13 is the... First you have 4. I have to... I don't know if I should start with this or continue on with this. Hold on a second. I have to go and show you something that... I'm looking for something. Wow, there's a lot of stories to tell here. Is this it? Yeah, okay, this is it. You see, 4 is 0, 4. Everything up to 9 is 0, 4, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 1, right? You can move that in any position if you want. Single 0, double 0, whatever you want, you know? You want to have Earth, you put 2 zeros. You want to have Mars, you put 1 0. If you put 2 zeros and they're 66 each, then it'll be 3, 4. You put 1 0 here, it'll be 6, 4. So I have to figure out which one gets a single 0, which one gets a double 0, right? Because that's really just number 3. Anyways, the first formation of 4 is over here. But in reality, what is 4? 4 is 1 and 3, and 2 and 2, and it is something within itself of creation. It is the 4 corners. What else is 4? 4. 4 is the first of its kind. But it's only a duplication of 2 and 2. But one is going to one way and the other one goes the other way. One is a diagonal line this way. The other one becomes the diagonal line this way. So with this one, we can now crisscross our diagonal lines. So if you're going to crisscross your diagonal lines, you're going to create an X and you're going to create quarters. Inside a 2, you're only going to create half, separating number 5 that's in the center. So 5 becomes a half space position in this instance. The passage number. So this would be 1, half of 5, 1, 2.5, and then it'd be 2.5 or 2552 or 212 or just 5 again in math. Anyways, and it would be, anyways, okay, let's not go there. So what is happening here? See, these are all expressions. So we know 22 is in the center. So the 4 base value is in the center of 13 and 31. It shows second. You know, when you go, you place a bet, Listen to the word place, right? You put the money second. So what does the word win mean? Win means what you placed on was a result, giving you back your place in a win, whatever. Anyways, 3. Where does 3 come into the manufacturing field? You see, in 3, it's a little bit different. There is nothing in between 12 and 21, but there is something between 13 and 31. So between, and notice this is 12, right? Because 12 is like first, is like last. And the reason for that is because when you're counting to the, can I say the fourth, to the 4th house, When you count to the fourth house and you remove ABC, ABC disappears when you count to the fourth house. And what happens? C shows up. Because instead of counting 1 through 9, as for 9 numbers, you're now counting 4 through 12. In this scenario over here, okay, you have 72. In this scenario over here, you have 45. They both have 99. 3 nines and 3 nines and 5 nines. In this scenario over here, you can also say ... 9, okay, ... 9 equals to 45, and then you're going to go, instead of saying 10, 11, you're going to go 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6 plus 45 equals to 51. So now you've created the numeric value to Mars. The Fox pass to ABC returns on 10, 11, 12. But because of number 10, which is why number 4 exists, we will automatically add another 6 to this 51 and create number 57, telling us 57 moon, 57 hinds. 57, we can multiply it and take it on to another level, but this is where we are right now. So we've went into these scenarios. So by jumping into these scenarios, okay, you have to know that 17 times 3 equals to 30, and 21 equaling to 51 Mars. And in that same creation down here, by this infliction, by removing the standardization of ABC, we end up with 57 because of 10. Add 6 more. So instead of counting 10, 11, 12, we are going to count 16, 11, 12. Now my question is, when you see 2 numbers, what is in between these 2 numbers? Can we do that? What's in between these 2 numbers? 12, 13, 14, 15. What's in between these 2 numbers? Nothing. So I don't know which way I'm going to go with that. We'll leave it. So this total equals to 39. So right away we know what 39 is. 39 again is the angel. It is the 10. It is the reflection of ABC. And it shows you that in the second tier, or in the first tier of the fourth house, it is showing you that the 3 creation, which comes from alpha beta, is brought into the fourth house. So we no longer need A and B because C has taken over. But it only took over in time heaven creation. It is not created within itself. And that's where 21st comes in and completely removes where first once was. Here we do not have 11th with 1 here. But we will show you that there will be a once that comes back, because here is a once. 1 comes back as a TH over here inside spirit, and 1 comes as a TH over here inside the cycle of the moon. When 1 comes back here, he cometh through man's creation. He cometh through man's creation because the multiplication of 13 with the age of man, to the 28, 13 plus 1 plus 14 equals 28, which is the word man, which runs the cycle of the moon. And in rotation from all eternity, in the 19th year of the Hebrew books, the day starts over as like 19 years ago, the cycle begins. And not unlike any other numbers, 19 times 19 takes you to 361. If you want, we can put the degrees marker, and it's 361 of the split half-life. 6 is involved. It is a half-life. Yes, it's 360 degrees plus 1. So 19 takes you one step ahead every 19 years. 19 takes 18 one step forward. And don't forget, every year you go forward, you're repeating the ABC from the last cycle. So, so yes, and not only that, is that this, okay, is going to be red. So we could call it positive. We can possibly call it hot. Now, should one exist over here, or can one only exist over here? But in reality, when one begins to exist, okay, one begins to exist only over here. But when it exists here, it is no longer here, it is here. But it is known as the one position. Although one disappears, it reappears in the 5th position. And not only that, in the 12th position of creation, it reappears through 12. 1 and 2 equals 2, 3. But when it appears as 3 and 2. It has a polarity to appear. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 on the next level. 1 also appears, if you take a look at the dice, it's right in the center as it's in the center over here. As it's in the center over here, it's in the center on number 5. So 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, or the 13 is an orange ball, and so is the 5 solid. It also says the word ace. It's also, like I said, it's also orange and represents number 60. Number 60 represents, that's right, 4, 56, 58, 43. Number 1 represents DC. Will recreate inside of us. Number 19, the spirit. This will create this, and this is created from not only just first, but both 21st. The reason I'm trying to remember the reason for this, for the reason that I said this, because what happens in D, I'm not really sure if I should do it, which way I should create this design. What happens in D? A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. No. I'm trying to figure out. A, B, C, D. D goes back to A. So when D goes back to A, we don't need A anymore, and we can move up a level. So then we're going to go E, F, and then we're going to go G, H, I, J. So now we have J. Wait a second. First time, second time, third time. The next time we change polarities. J, K, L. Let me see the A, D, G, H, I, J. So with J, we change the polarity. Then it becomes J, K. Did I get that? Am I getting that right? Here, first, second, third, fourth. Did I get that right? Should I be running down here and then running up over here? Okay, forget about that. I don't know. Should I do that over again? Well, we all know what it turns into. I'm going to just show you right here. Okay, it turns into this. A, B, C, D. E, F, G. Forget it. A, D, G. J, M, P. S, V, Y. And anyways, okay, I don't know why I got into that. I'm getting off the subject. Let me get back onto the subject. So here's number 4. Inside of 22, we live between these two numbers over here. So if this is the number of man, if 13, 31, 13 creates 75, if 31, 13, 31 creates 75, if 31, 13, 31 creates 75. 13, 31, 13 creates 57. That is the 5775 is Earth at the cycle of spirit in the moon. 3 times 19, 3 times 25. This is also talking about the moon, okay? In its just let me explain. How can I explain this? This is also talking about the moon because moon equals numeric value 57. This is Earth's number. 3 times makes it standard. I don't care which way the numbers are. They are 35 and 12 equaling to 3 and 8, which is creation. 3, the heavens of creation, alpha, beta. Now, where does 8 take part? With 1 and 7 recreates the gateway. I'm just trying to understand how 8 takes part. Because just like 4, these 4, why not these 4? Or when you're going backwards, wouldn't it be these 4? 9, 8, 7, 6. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4. The polarity would be right over here. 6, 6, 6. Just trying to see where it is. I see where I am. I think I got off the subject, guys, girls, women, people. So anyways, your first teen begins at 13. And also to understand that I'm going to try and make it a little easier on myself. If all 3s are standard on that level, then all 4s are mirrors. 30 days in a month, 31 days in a month, 30 days in a month. There are 4 months of 30 days, so they're showing me standardization. 30 days equals to 120. 120 represents the moon and the cube of the half-life. Why? This is the cube, 21. There's 21 dots in the cube. Number 2, why does it represent the cube? The cube only has 3 real sides plus its polarity from the point. 3 and 3 is 6. It's the half-life. Why else? It also represents freedom because the star system math to 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Now you would say, why don't I multiply it again? I'm not multiplying it again because it cuts everything into parts. Multiplication cuts everything into parts. Here I'm just going between the lines and adding up the houses. So we have inside of this, we have female, okay, inside standard, and then the polarity becomes the male. Where female is inside blackjack 21, ace 11, or the male is not. Where the male comes to the gateway because there are 7 months of 31 days. The female runs the cycle of the zodiac. Seems like the change of the seasons, or that's what they do, whoever they are. The day, Champ de Mars. They have a place in our downtown called the Swamps of Mars. That's what they call it. And this also fits in Mars over here, Marts. You know, Marts Arts, Mars Arts. So where am I inside this age of man for 110, 19? Yes, in roulette, these change. They become black, red, so positive and negative, etc. Another thing I wanted to mention, why I brought this book out here, okay, is because the alphabet shifts. When ABC disappears, okay, and 4 takes over. When 4 takes over until over. You see what happens over here? The 4 goes over to 12 right over here in the first section. See, this disappears, then 4 goes to here. So do I do that for each one of these sections, right? Saying that I get into the section over here. Look, this section over here, look, 10, 11, 12. So if I take away 10, 11, 12, okay, I'm going to connect 13 over to 24. 2 and 4 is 6. I'm just trying to see what I was doing here. If I take away this, I go 4 to 12. Okay. If I take away this, I go, you see, this is a 12, but watch what happens. Here's a 12, 4 till 12, right? Like we spoke. When we do it over here, the 4 becomes 1 and 3, 4, and it runs all the way to number 24. In the first one, okay, in the first partition, right, it is a total of 78. Separation between 1 and 12 is 78. They're all 78. There's the basic 12 numbers, 78, 78, 78. 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 6, 6. First box, second box, third box, add them up, 6. First box, second box, third box, add them up, 6. They each pay 2 to 1, 6, 6, 6, 6. Every section you jump, every time you skip 1, it's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. But your jump, 6, then you jump again, 6. The third 6 is going to be on the other side at number 19. It will be the beginning. And then you will jump 6, and then you will jump 6, and it'll be on number 31. And that's where I guess you begin. So anyways, if we move the alphabet, where would we start the alphabet? Here is the heart of 36 numbers. If we split the alphabet at M and N, if we split the alphabet at M and N, or do we restructure the alphabet? 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M would be now number 14. N, O, P, Q would be number 26 instead of 17. Would still get 1 and 7, 8, 2 and 6, 8. R would be number 3. S would be number 6. T, U, V, W would be number 18. X would be number 21, and Z would be number 24, and that would be the cat. So anyways, I can move and shift the entire alphabet down to where the alphabet starts at number 8. So it's 8, 1, 9, 2. 8, 1, 9, 2, the birth. 12, 3, 33. Sorry, 9, 10, 10, 3, 11, 4, 12, 5, 13 gets 6. That's right. That's right. 1 and 2. Okay. Anyways, for me, I'm going to just stop looking at that for myself. I don't know why I did that. Let me just continue on. I want to put a piece of paper in here. I want to come back here. So there are 13 cards in a suit. We mentioned that when you add up 1 to 13, the total equals to 91. Times 3 equals to 273. The last count of 91 will be 364 because we count standard. A, B, C, and we count D, we just count that as once. That's the end of that cycle. The D has more value than the others. When you put in 3 blocks over here, that 4th block complements and closes everything. Also note, okay, when you stroke on this angle, which is the angle of the sun in the passage, when you stroke your pen through it, the only way you can get through it is by cutting each and every one of these boxes in half. You only can go this way or this way, because the area space used from one corner will use up more than how can I say this? Although I can design this to look like we have 4 buildings, usually once you enlarge this, you are going to take up, I can't even explain it. If you overlap your creation, there's only going to be a little space left over. That's what I meant to say. So all your 9 areas are no longer 9 areas. You only have a maximum of 7. And that's exactly what the cube is. There's no more of a maximum than 7. So adding up 4 times 91 equals to 364 days. 4 times 91. 3 times 91 equals to 273 days. 2 times 91 equals to 182 days. And one of the reasons I'm doing it this way is because you have to note, if you're doing 4, you are doing them all. Really, we should never do more than 3, because 4 is a polarity and we don't need the other side once we have this side. This is also your vibration. This will be 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. 1 quarter, 1/3, 1/2. So 1/3 lives between 12 and 14. And I wanted to go back. I didn't want to lose that page that I was looking at. So the woman comes in this area over here on the 30 days. And when she comes in on the 30 days only 4 times, and man comes in on the 31st 7 times, 7 and 4 create Jesus. Number 3 and 4, number 12 and 13, 25. Here, guess what? We got number 43, DC shows up again, 3 and 4. Oh, 3 and 4 show up again, and 3 and 4 show up again. All about DC, 1221. So what else? So now what we have to look at is 5 and 4, what happens. Because when we come into this, the new cycle, right? Although 4 ends and mirrors it, would you not say that 5 would be the next one? What would we do? If we knock out 1 when 4 arrives, we knock out number 2 when 5 arrives. I think I have written that down. We knock out number 3 when 6 arrives. So we've knocked out standard. We now have 4, 5, and 6, or the letters F, E, D, Fed. The Fed takes over. Once ABC standard goes in, the Fed takes over to the mirror. So once we get rid of the mirror, we drop into the E world. And that's where we end up with the heart of it all. And the reason it's the heart of the all, in simple manners, we have 9 numbers. This is actually one number that is centered to all. They call it the 5 position. So all I have to do is put the 9, 5, and 1 in this area over here. There are 9 numbers. Call that one the 9th number, the singular number. Call that one the birth of the half-life. You have 7, 3, 9, 120. You have 4, 6, 8, 220. You have 2020 in the year 2025, when everything passes. And before you blink an eye, remember, at the end of 2023 is the countdown to 2025. And it's 2023 in the month of September, the month of October, the month of Tishrei. 2025. 20 becomes 26 and 25. YZ 51 Mars. YZ. I just did a piece. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this over here. I wasn't sure if my broadcast started yet. I really wasn't. I didn't think it was going. Did I want to go into this one? Yeah, we were in this one. We were explaining what number 7 does, right? And what creates number 13 in the star system math, and it's this one over here. And in star system math, things turn, right? So obviously you're going to turn that into a 9. So right away, from what creates 13, you already have the finite answer over here, in which once you work the numbers to 13, you will end up, okay, with 12 and 7 equals to 19. 12 and 7 equals to 19. If I take this into the star system, it'll be number 57. And we need everything in this world to reflect the numbers in the other world. So there's other meanings of number 57, not just 3 times 19. Yeah, so the separate numbers, you see, it's the French or the English. Just to note that the teen starts over here. The teen is created by the polarity of, in the polarity of 1, 6, which has a total of 86, which has a polarity, has a double polarity in it, which we all know that 5 and 3 is 8. So if I have 8 and 6 from the two of these, I have 4 and 2 is 6. So this result is a polarity together. Together. Why together? Now what we're going to do is one side of this dice is 1, while the other side is a 6. So within this, it's a polarity. Now it shows me 1 equals to 3 and 4, and we look at 4 and we look at 3, and that's a polarity. And then I look at 5 and I look at 2, and that's a polarity. So they create the gateway all in themselves. They also, within their dynamics, okay, there have been commercializations that if you go back to the 70s and 80s, okay, possibly even in the 90s, used to hear Spirit of 76. This is 66. The word of is 66. In French, it's DE, and it's 45, representing the Fox Pass in the sun. This is created by number polarity 1 and 6, which equals to 19, what equals to 17. What is missing is number 18. Those 3 have been specifically designated numbers in French because you're obligated to say 10 and then 7 or 8 or 9. If you're saying 9, you have to remember it's the entire cube. 9 is the entire cube, and it is a representation of number 14. So if it represents 14, it represents 63. The reason it represents 14 and 63 is 1 times 4 equals to 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. That becomes the Fox Pass and the sun. The total of the two equals to 9. The low side and the high side. Here is the sun. Here is the birth. If we do this one more time, I get 20 plus 9, and that is the birth, 29. Now 0 is equal to 6. I add 6 to this, becomes 35. What is 35? 35 is A, B, C, add D for standard mirror, equals to 10, plus E all the way to I, equals to a total of 35. 35 and 10 is 45. So we have the AI world and the EI world, the AI and the EI, the AI and the EI to the O, the 10, basic standard creation. D takes over for A in question, that if we go around once completely, I go around and I end up at D. C times 120. D times 90. This one is the moon, and this one is birth and rotation. The reason this one is the moon, okay, and the gateway to number 15 to Mars is because the moon diameter is 2160. Although you do not need to see the 6, once you see the 0 in itself, that 0 can be contorted into a 6, and you can put a 0.0 for the continuation. 2160 is that number. In this one over here, the 0 is a 6, and it's in rotation, and its solely owned proof is its artwork in basic for my own eyes only, is where you take your numbers and you get number 9, and then you draw it and you get a little box, and you take a 6 and you get your second box, and now you've got the Star of David. And the reason for the Star of David is because the division lines is only 6. So that's your hexagon inside your creation of Earth. And I say your hexagon is because that's the Star of David. Remember, when you finish designing and you have corners, you can continue those corners. I mean, I had a design, we just flashed through before. Yeah, this one over here. This is Tesla did this. I didn't do this. Tesla did this. You see number 9 connects to number 3, connects to number 6, but the line goes all the way down. Where A1 connects to D4, connects to G7, and the line goes up and all the way down. So this is basically Tesla's stuff, but now we end up with one marking connection over here. We get a marking connection over here, 2, 3, 4 marking connections on this one. So we get 4 marking connections on this one. We should get 4 marking connections on this one. 1 marking connection. See, I'm just trying to see where they're crossing. This is an inside. So it crosses here. I'm just trying to see what crosses. 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Anyways, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. That's from Tesla. There's your cubes. Here's the way I believe Earth could be set up, but more like that. Like your teeth. So, oh, here's something. The number 512 in a different order is when 369 numerically for their letters are added together, you end up with 152. Mars, Earth. If you go 152, it is the heart. And it is the heart with 369. It's just what it says. Trying to see where we were. We had the cards. We were talking about the deck of cards. So we end up over here. Now the thing is, the diamond suit, we have to add another 91 to the diamond suit. So instead of 364, we end up with 455 days. So how would that work out? How would that work out? 364 455 divided by 364 equals to 1.25 times the 60 seconds we get is 75, back to the number in the moon. So that would mean 75 times 60 equals to 45. 160 times 75 equals to 120. I'm just trying to see, like maybe we should be having 75 seconds per minute and 75 minutes per hour. 75 times 75 times, oh my God, right? I know that number. 75 times 75 times what? Times 15 hours? No, times 18 hours. No. 75 times 75 equals 5625. Divided by 3 equals 1875. 75 times 75 divided by 18. I'm trying, anyways, I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to spend time on that another time. When you have 364 days, I'm just trying to think where I was. There were so many things going on. Yes, we were speaking about 1 and 4. So what happens with 1 and 4? That is the sun. So does it create anything, this birth? So when we look on the other side, it creates 36. Well, there's that 360 degrees. What does that 360 degrees give you? The 360 degrees, we're not going to count the 0 for the factor of the other 6 or the mirror ABC 6, right? ABCD, the complete world. And 6 is also the cube, don't forget. 6 also could represent the 6 sides of the cube. So this is the letter I in R. 3 by 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 09. The total is 27. I and R equals to 27, the 9th and the 18th letter. 09, I is in rotation. And I is in rotation, and if you look a lot of letters, you'll see that connector I to a bunch of letters. This equals to 27. This will equal to your Q. Inside of your creation, your Q, your gateway, is inside of this 360. The mathematics of this numeric value here will reduce the value of this 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 plus 1 1 plus 8 equals to 8 equals to 9 equals to what is 17Q. And this is where you get your high Q from, if you want to look at it that way. And that is Venus, Jupiter. That's the highest you can go. You want to talk about 999 gold, silver. You want to talk about a carat. You want to talk about a diamond. Your silver, your argent, the string that connects you, the spirit that connects you is the silver. Are you the gold that connects to the silver? Are you the bronze that gets the gold? The information is the gold, right? Or is the information the bronze, and what you do with the bronze information, you turn it into your gold? But your imagination, which part of it is it? So anyways, I'm just fooling around with that. The numeric value of Venus is 81. And Jupiter is 99. So I was going to do this little thing over here. I'm just 2 pages away, right? I was going to go 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, and this page is not good. That's not good. Hold on a second. Let me fix something. Just give me 1 second. See, I started going good, and then I just fumbled. We're going to... Yeah, so just as we talk, it's just understand that the 21 or the 21st, right, is the first time that is going to take over first place. So if we're going to do a countdown or go backwards, we're going to go from 21st, we're going to go forward, and at the same time, if we want to go forward, we can go backwards. And knowing that 21 dots are on the cube, so if you count 21 forward, you say 21, and then you go 21 more is 42. So that would be 2 cubes. 42, 2 cubes. That's all you need. 2 cubes, right? 2 cubes. Is that all you need? We're going to end up with 9 cubes at the end, or 26 like Rubik's. Let me answer that that message. What happened to it?
Give me a second. Oh, it's past 7 o'clock. Oh my God, I knew I took out a pizza. Oh my God, I took out a pizza and I put the stove on, but the stove never started. Oh my God. Wow, I knew there was something wrong. I was away for the day and Just give me a minute. I have to take care of two things. Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna I don't know. Yeah, I like this. I don't like, sometimes I don't want to walk around and I gotta sneeze. Okay. 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 So we're gonna go. I'm gonna start one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was speaking before. We ended up at number 15. We have to understand that number 15 is the game of pool. Okay, it is Q. When you're queuing it up, you are actually really queuing it up. The multiplication of 17 and addition of 17 will create 7 plus 8 equals to 15. The reason I do not multiply is it now cuts everything in half. I'm just going with the basic 4. The basic 4, okay, in addition, is automatically cuts 4 separate areas. That is the basic. So in order to have its first dimension, this is its first dimension, must be a minimum of 3 cubes. So when it faces its own mirror, it will be another 3 cubes in which there will be 1 in the center. Not unknowing or knowing, if you take a look at it, okay, you can either create the cube, but in another instance, it actually shows you a heart. The question is, can it be done as well on this angle, as well as you can cut it out on this angle? We have to understand what angles do, how it creates size, the cutting of this area. Now I could have cut it here and went down
and got all the way to here. I can split. I'm not really sure where I'm. So this is the size. Do you notice like this? I'm getting full squares. I get a complete full square. Oh, maybe I didn't come. Maybe, no, I did that on purpose. Hold on a second. I did that. And there we go. Okay. I've got a complete area square that fits right here. And all of these are half spaces. I wish you can see it better. And when you see the half spaces, you have to understand that you're cutting in between, right? Here's a complete square. I've cut in to the square. Do I want to cut into the square? What is going to change? How many more squares would I use? What is the situation here? How much area do I need, right? You always want to, I like to mirror everything to see for original space. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to count, okay? Are we going to count for the greatest number needed? Okay, the greatest number needed is 12 times 12 equals to 144. That is the greatest number of creation. The smallest number of creation is 1 times 1 equals to 1. I'm doing it this way. But we all have to understand that only we cannot create until we have a minimum of all 4 boxes filled. And in those 4 boxes, when they're filled, you will have what you see as your 9 dots. This is micro sizing this situation. The total of this over here will be 144. Okay, 144 plus 1 equals to 145. That is a situation. So this is going to be 414 will be birth in the sun. This is going to turn into, okay, 3 times 3 equals to 9. That is going to be the birth in the sun. And that is going to be your standard before your polarity, and rotation in 3 plus 3 equaling to 0.6. This is your standard rotation inside your 12-12. Your 12-12, 12 plus 12 equals to the 24 day of the 1440 minutes, totaling to 140, totaling to 144, 168, which is 24 times 7 equals to 168 hours in the week. And it creates the divided gateway house. 6 and 8 come together, become 7 and 8. That is the gateway. 7 and 7, when you bring them together, you go in one door, you go outside, you walk in the other door, you went in 7, you went out 7, you went in 7. When you go onto the street, you go into 8. You come back into the house, you go back into 7. When you think you're in 8, when you imagine you're in 8, I like to call it high Q. High Q. 9 plus 8 equals to 17. 1 plus 7 equals to 8. If you multiply it, you have the gateway into heaven. And it will represent, okay, in sound, the F as in GH. And it represents it in laugh. Here we can use fun. GH. 15. Mars association. We already showed you the design for this. Where else am I going to go? So that's that. This is this. So this will total to numeric value 15, and that is Mars. We're going to use this as Mars, and we're just going to make it short and just put an O. That's what it's going to be. That's Mars. O. And wait a second. There Mars is again. But we made it just a small one because, see, instead of doing that and dividing or counting them all together, The question about O is Mars' first entry is either this way or this way. We have to understand formation will always be 3. To find that center line, I must create the 3 lines. And I split that center line, becomes a half-life in the area cube when running Mars in 1 cube. But when you run with 4 cubes, okay, see, this is where I'm trying to understand how Mars comes about to be. And the only way Mars comes about to be is through Venus here. So when you put Venus east, north, east, no, hold on a second, southwest going northeast, which is here. And you put these two together. So you would run up that line over there, and then you would run up that line over there, and then you get the bottom side, and you'd run up that line there. Looks like the Star of David to me. In which, but for example, I'm not going to get into that star yet. Okay, now we're going to do it this way. Now that I did it that way, we're going to do it one more time. And we're going to do it this way. So we go here. Oh, I touched the other one. And then I go over here and we connect it together. And then we've got both ways. So now what if I bring them together? What will I have in between these two areas? I didn't think about it before. Let me see. I have coming down here. Then I went down this way. Then I went down there. And I came down here. I went down this way. And I came down here. Looks like almost some sort of funnel. Now I need to take these two and I need to flip them over. At the same time, they look like they have squinty eyes. Looks like they're behind jail or something. So I got to figure out what that is over here. This also looks like it's the end of a feather, the end of a dart. So now we see that 12 shows us rotation of 33. By the way, 33 in rotation is in rotation to the student Christ, in which I have to understand this word, matter. We have to find words with number 77. We also have to understand that 7 has a 65 value. 65 value is yo, the student. The only way to get 11 with a cube, okay, is to throw 6 and 5. That is your creation. What is your creation? Your creation from alpha beta, okay, becomes the half-life of the E world, EF, 5 and 6. They will, in those numbers, okay, in those numbers, which is Earth and Mars, you will create 6 times 5 equals to 30. 6 plus 5 equals to 11. 11 plus 30 equals to 41. And we have created what will create 9 to 5, which is, well, I don't have it here. 9 to 5. I don't have it here. Oh, I do. See, 9 to 5 is 5, 6, 7 in gematria. Okay, 8, 9. See, this is not the good one. I need this. I don't need this level changes everything. See, because this is 7, 8, 9 is over here. So we work it down here to 9 and then up here. This one is number 8. This is number 9 over here. So it joins, when it joins right down over here. Now there's 2 ways to look at this. Because once we create this 7 scale, okay, and this is the, I'm trying to figure out if this is the best way to explain it. There is no way to turn or to create this, okay, without it being between 2 area squares right here. I can turn the paper in order to put it square again. See, now it's square again. So what's the angle of my paper? And you must take note that I do not joke that this is not a square piece of paper. And on purpose, it shows you that if I would run down the 45 line, I would only make it to here on the paper. So my paper is 1 point something. They make this size for a reason. Everything connected to the universe continues never to get lost anywhere, because it is
sewn into the fabric of the words we speak, of the elements, of the names we give the elements, of what we use the elements for, how we mix our elements. In every single name, in every single definition, in every single game ever played, in every single color, in every single letter, A, B, C, D, in every single dot and line, come with it the fabrication of everything we know. And when the good Lord said, as I understood, it is in the word, know it what it means, the word. And what were the exact choice of words? In the word, inside the sun, number 14, DNA was fabricated inside of us. I need something to drink. I will be back. I will see if I can reconnect where I was. 17 will connect DC. 17 is created through Venus. It's Jupiter. Jupiter creates the numbers to Venus. Number 18, Reish, which is 666. And another reason for 666 is because you never use more than 2 whole rows. This whole row and this whole row, or this whole row and this whole row. Because once you use all 3 rows, right, all you're going to do is repeat this row over here. Because if you say these 3 numbers, that's 15. 1 and 5 is 6. If you say all these numbers, you'll repeat that. But here, 7 and 1 will recreate here. Just 7 will stay there, but 7 and 1 goes here. 7 and 4 becomes 2. So now you have the cycle between 7 and 4 and 7 and 1. 145. What was the number I just showed you before? 145. 1 times 4 times 7 equals 28 to the cycle of the 7 months and the 4 months and the 1 month. Every one of these can be broken up also down into the 4 seasons. It is 3 seasons. And then that last season, once that 4th season ends, it connects the 3rd season to the 1st season. And then we start all over again. So if we're counting in seasons, okay, if we're counting that the standardization in this world of 10 instead of 6, then we are going to be in the E world. Because E, A, B, C, D, and then E. We now start over at A, B, C, D, E. We start over, right? Because we have A, B, C, D, and the D would be the leap year. And then the next year we have A, B, C, which would be 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we start at 9. So we went 1, 5, and 9 was the beginning of it all. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one is the beginning of the next level. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th one is the beginning of the next level. 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? 12. Remember number 12? We're going to throw that away. Now 13 gets its own. So this is very funny. I didn't see this before. Number 13 gets its own.
Number 13. So you go A, B, C, D. Then you go E, F, GH. Then you go I, J, K, L. And then you go M. So M starts the polarity to the first basic standardization. This is standard. Remember, there's standard, and then there's standard and standard and standard and standard and standard. And then there's 4 levels of standard, and it creates a pyramid, right? So we have M, L, M, N, O, P. So inside of this, we have 13, 14, 15, and 16. In the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, this, let me see. First we had this 1, then we had 2, then we had 3, and this started everything over again. First, second, third. No, this was the end. Sorry, this is the complete. This is the complete. These are the first 16, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, okay, is the 5th cycle. So the 5th cycle is like the first cycle. So instead of going with 1, 2, 3, 4, this becomes like this. And this becomes 6, this becomes 4, this becomes 2, this becomes 1. 1, 2, 4, 6 is the new rotation. Just trying to understand what it does. 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 4, 6. Add 1, add 2, add 2. Oh boy. So it ends at the, so that this here ends at number 16. So it begins at 1, 0, 1, and it ends at 16. So it becomes 61, 16, 77 to Christ in the first rotation in the E worlds. I'm just trying to put some things together. Okay, so let's just go back to this. 9 times 9. We're going to go with the greatest number right now. Okay, 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, so we're going to go. We can't do 81 because I'm in the wrong row. So it's here. It's here. And it's here. There's your 81. 9 plus 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. There you go. 8 times 8, 64. 7 times, oh wait, 1881, okay. 6 times 4, 24. 24. 24. So this one here, okay, I did 9 times 9 is here. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. I forgot to do that one. 8 plus 8 is 16. So that's this one over here. So my first connection in numbers, okay, are going to run on this angle. On this angle. 7 times 8 times, what did I do? 8 times 8. 7 times 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Hold on a second. 9 times 9 is 81. So we did that. 8 times 8 is 64. So where did this 64 come out? 64. 8 and 8 is 16. So we got the 16. So I'm not sure where we got 42. Get me that line out of here for a second. 8 times 8, 16. Here's my 16. 9 times 9. So we have this one and that one. This one, okay, this one over here ends up in a half space. 8 times 8 is 64. 5, 6 area, 6 area, 4 area, 4 area. But if you take a look, I've cut this area in half here. I've passed here. You see the way this one cuts in half? But this one passes in between the two. So it's passing in between 4, 4. It's chopping in half 5, 5. Passing in between 4, 4. Do you follow? Do you see what's going on? What the numbers are doing? When I'm going from here to here, I'm going in between all these numbers and I'm chopping them all in half. So now let's go to 7 times 7 is 49. So here is 9, here is 4, here is 4, here is 9, and we'll do that. 6 times 6, 36. Here's 3, here's 6. Wow, look at that. We've already got it. Look at that. It's already on a line. Okay, what? This is the 9 times 9. This is the 7 times 7, right? This is the 7 times 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. So we get one over here, we get one over here, and we draw that line over here. Wow, we fell on a line. Can you believe it? Which one was this? 7 times, wait a second. What is this? 63. Why is it 63? 7 times 7 is 49. 4 and 9, 4 and 9. 7 and 7 is 14. 8 times 8 is 64. Here is 6. Here is 4. Here is 6. Here is 4. 9, 8, 7, 6. Wow, I don't even know why I put that there, but let me take that away for now. 99, 99, 77, 88. 88 purple right over here. This is where we are somehow. We're right in between. We're right here. 8 times 8, what creates 64? We're splitting it. We're like right here. That's where the E world is. That's Pegasus. This is we've been sidetracked from Highway 66 to 88. So instead of it being 66, somehow it's been split, and now it's bar the 12. Bar the 12. And in barring the 12, that's how you bar the 12. That is a total of 13/19, as the numerics are 6, 7, and 6. 13 and 13. A to M and N to Z. The first one equals to 91. 1 through 13 equals to 91. And then 14 through 36 equals to 260, which might have something to do with the Mayans. I'm not sure. So this is inside the sunbirth of IR. 27. The highest excuse me, the highest number that reflects itself, okay, induces itself in its own creation. 2 times 3 equals to H. 3 times 2 equals to I. They are the same design. 9 times 8 in reality is the highest number you can create. 9 plus 8 equals to 17, and you now have 99, and inside of this, it's showing that it is part of a half-life. Now, if it can be part of a half-life, you have to understand that if each one of these was fully created, okay, you will find inside here a life of 1/3. Now, the question is this the 1/3? How you connect see the way it split in half over here? It's how you connect it. And in creating this will create your hexagon, cutting off the top and the bottom. 99. 7 times 7 is 14. 7 plus 7. So if I want to connect what is Christ, I would go from here to here and from here to here. That what is Christ? What is that angle of that mathematics? What is the angle of that? But I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished, because inside the numeric value of Christ, okay, is the answer to 49, which is 7 times 7. 7 plus 7 equals to 14. The total is 63. In 63, okay, we're going to look for 3, 6, which is right over here. And then we're going to look for 6, 3, 6, which is right over here. So inside 88 in its creation, the validity of the seventh gate and the numeric value of Christ fits on the timeline of 81 and 18, which is Jupiter 99 creating. So in Jupiter creating, they're creating the gateway inside, okay, inside IR, which in order to get IR, which is 9 and 18, it takes 36 or 360 degrees. In our day, there are 4 times 360 degrees in our day. But we always have to remember the 120 degree and the 300 and the 120 times 3 degree and the 4 times 90 degree. So I'm trying to figure out one world of birth and one world of maybe we weren't supposed to come into this world and do that. Well, we can, and we did. So let's not say we maybe shouldn't have, because otherwise it wouldn't be possible. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm a little thirsty. I'm going to point the camera out. Give me 2 minutes if you got any questions. Obviously, you would have asked them by now. Perhaps says 7 people watching, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. Just give me a minute. I'm going to finish with those numbers soon. Oh, just perfect, the pizza. Just perfect. Thank you, Papa Do. Thank you, Papa Do. I'm going to have myself a little pizza here. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, let's continue on. So the answer also to 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 is right over here. I know it's a mess. Whoop, whoa, whoa, whoa. And 9 only gets one number. 9 times 9, 18. So I did 18. 9 plus 9 equals 18. 9 times 9, 81. 81 and 18 equals 99, only gets one dot. So think where number 9 comes from now in the star system application. 8 times 8, 64. It becomes 80. So where does 80 get a dot? It only becomes number 8. 8 plus 0 equals 8, becomes 80. What do I do at 80? Should I have went to number 8? Maybe put number 1 over here and 0 over here and draw a straight line, where 80 splits everything inside of 88. Maybe in the next video, I'll make it a little bit neater. Or would you like to wait right now? Would you wait right now? You know, nobody's here. I don't see anybody watching, but what do you think? And what's funny is 0 is, whoa, I shouldn't have done that. Whoa, there was good stuff on the other side. Okay, I'll write it somewhere else. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I really am. So you can watch. Hey, Mom, look what I'm doing. I'm watching some guy draw lines. Oh, that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I can go 12 times 12, you know, but I don't know. I don't know where 12 times 12 is going to give me 144. I need a little bit more light. And then there was light. Okay, let's see. Let's do this again. 9 times 9, 81. Well, first of all, the answer we already know is here. Okay, 9 times 9, 81. 81 here, 81 here. Okay. 9 plus 9, 18. It is the same. It is the same. Now, what we have to know is, I'm not sure if these squares should be like this, because in games, they're more rectangular. In games, it's I think it's 3 squares or 4 squares wide by 5 high or something like that. It's on the roulette table, you know. So it's like that. Because it's in sections of 4. So it goes down 4 times, so it's in sections of 4. In roulette, it's in sections of 4. So they'll use up, let's say, 3 by 2 high area, and they'll create 4 of them. And the beginning and the end, what is first, what is last, in this scenario, is because the first row is the same as the last row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Inside 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, and as you keep on going, 1, 2, 3 will be gone, and then it'll be 4, 5, 6. But let's not get into that. So here is 9 times 9. 8 times, 8 times 8, okay, equals to 64. Here is number 6, and here is number 4. I'm just going to 6, 4, 6, 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 6 and 1 and 6 and 1. Okay, so now we have both these situations. This situation here and this situation here, 8 by 8. Okay, so now we have 64. 64 plus 16 equals to 80. Where will we draw the line from 80? We will draw the line to where is 0. And we will draw the line to 80, stopping short of the I dot. That is on 90. The other thing I want to bring into account is to understand that it's A, B, C, D. Everything else will be A, I, A, C, A, F. 3, 6, 9 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, because formation, okay, formation, as I understand it, is right here. The 147 is your formation. That's your basic formation. It's twice this. It's 4 by 1 1/4. It's 7 1/7. It's a gateway. So I just know that this is how I've been working everything. I can also conform it to 8. I'm conforming it to 7. I can conform it to 9, but I'm conforming it to 7. 7 is the most amount of numbers you can have. The most amount of numbers you can have, because when you have 8, it gets reduced to 6, 6. 8 is what connects 6, 6. 7 is the passage of 77, which 88, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 will create that 7, which will be that passage in the gateway. So that's what you got there. Now, we are going to go on that we have 8 times 8, we've got 80. At the same time, if you want, I'm just going to denote, okay, that this gets a star because it's going to be 86. So you already know that because it's 86, it's the dividing house of the cube, because all the reverts, here's my 8, and that'll be my 6, to where that 3, 5 comes together, 8, to where the 4, 2 will be my 6. These, my friends, you tell me if they tell the truth or if they lie. And they're not done with us yet. And the reason they're not done with us yet is because I have only shown you the skeleton, what is possibly the in-between fine line between both worlds at the 7th gate. But if I take this cube and I change it around and I put 1 and I put 1-5 polarity, or 1-4, or 1-3, or 1-2 polarity, and not 1-6, what will all my other combinations be? What will my fabrications of numbers show me, and where will it take me? Because you see a 4. At the same time, I see a 6, as well as a 5, as well as a 3. You see there's 5 empty spaces here. On the other side, there's 6 empty spaces with 3 dots. I also know that when I have these two, I already know automatically to the opposite side of my 3-4 is going to be 1-6-5-2. The 3-4 becomes the polar of my 5-2. You shove one knife in this way and one in that way, but you can't. You can only, if you put it in that way, you can't put it in that way, and you can't put it in that way. There's only one center. You have a choice. You can also turn the cube this way. So now we're going to go 7 by 7 is 49. So here is 9 and 4. And here is 9 and 4. And I will, what was that? What did I just do? 7 times 7. Seven plus 7 is 14. 14. 14 and 9 is 63. Equals 63. Creation of IR. Creation through Venus, the half-life. So you have 63. So we have 6 and 3 over here, and we have 6 and 3 over here. Did I get that right? So look. Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. We have 6 and 3 over here. So look what happens. So what happens is the 7th gate, 77 Christ, penetrates Jupiter, or 9 times 9. 7, okay, in the second, is 7 to the power of 2, okay, to the power of Venus. 7 to the power of Venus. 7 to the power of Earth. 7 to the power of Earth equals 343. If we do it to the power of Earth, okay, 7 to the power of Earth is going to give us 10. It's going to be 353. Ho, ho, ho. Please, please, please. Hi, how are you? Oh, you have dirt in your nose. Hold on. Hold on. Let me clean that dirt out of your nose. Can I clean the dirt out of your nose? Can I clean the dirt out of your nose? There's some dirt in your nose. Some dirt in your nose. Look at that. I got that dirt out. Is that okay? Did I get the dirt out? Eh? You like that, eh? Got that schmutz. Got the schmutz. You got the schmutz right out of there. Let me see. Does anybody see anything left in there? You see anything left in there? Come on, if you're gonna sit here, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Huh? What do you have to say? Come on, say something. Okay, let's go back. So we had number 63 over here. That is going to be the student of 11, creation of the half-life student, 3 and 6. And there's a polarity. The 3 is a polarity. It is standard creation. 3 and 6. You're going to have 3 of these to make 9 and 18. Okay, so now we're going to go 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. And we have a cross creation. From 7 times 7, we now cross create in 6 times 6. Because we have 36, which is right here. So we're cross creating. This is both 6 times 6 as the addition for 7 times 7. So we have this and this coming up with the same numbers. I can question myself, and we can put it out here if you want, because we have another 3 6 out here. We have a 3 6 over here, and we have a 3 6 over here. We're not going to go with those right now. I'm just going to leave them out of the board. So now we're going to go 5 times 5. So 5 by 5 is 25. So we're going to go 5 times 5, 5 plus 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. So we have 2, 5, and we have 5, 2. Now look what happened here. We had 5, 2 Earth, okay, 5, 2 Earth show up on the gate, show up on 66. Freedom, woman, creation of the sun. There's one more piece I didn't finish with 6 times 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. This becomes the son of creation. Because 6 and 6 is 12. Is alpha beta creation. When it inverts to 65, they're calling on the student of Mars. 6 and 5. In between 6 and 5 is 7 and 4, and that happens to be Jesus. Okay? The mirror, the reflection of creation. 4 versus 3. The D versus the C. Here is the C, and here is the D. It used to be a flathead. So we have to go 6 times 6, 6 plus 6. So that would be 48. So 4 and 8 comes into that context over here to play. So here's my, it's 48. 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 creates this line over here. 5 times 5 is 25, and we did that over here, and it falls on the 61 clip. Where was that 16 clip? Okay. Number 5 falls on the gateway. Okay, because to create this was 8 times 8, 8 plus 8, and that's the one that separates the 7th gate. So we have Earth and Earth on each side. So we're having reflections on each side. My other question is, for taking up area space, okay, wouldn't I need to start over here, right? Understanding that we don't want a skeleton. We need to give a little bit of form to everything. And we're going to form everything right over here. We form everything through what becomes a partial life between 3 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3. And between 4 and 5, I'm just trying to see where all my cuts are. You see the sword that cuts everything? Certain numbers just seem to go away. And there's a new angle. There's this side where you can create the A. See this line here and down here? You would create it. The question is where? And then you would create another A on this side, okay, and it would be this way. You'd have one this way and one that way. So anyways, 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 is 10. So what replaces it? We go right over here with 55. Shows up right here, dead center to 80. 80 and 55 are a split. So on Highway 80, drive alive at 55. I don't know. We have to understand that. Now we have to know that 10 plus 25 equals to 35. So now we know we have 1 over here, 5 and 3. We have 1 over here, 5 and 3. This is what it is, 5 and 3. So there's your 5 and 3 mix. Okay, now I have to do 4 times 4 is 16. So now the 4 times 4 rations inside the 8 plus 8. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. Equals 8 and 16. So it's 0, 8. And again, so since we're going to have a low number, it's going to be a 0, 8. Your 44 will fit into what the final creation of 8 is, and inside of here is where 4 fits. Remember that when you are in number 8, okay, number 8 is a reflection of 6. So it is a reflection, so it's an area space. Just as 7, okay, is the continuous polarity of every single side, counting both sides. So it's the great distance. I'm trying to figure it out myself. 8 as well carries the heart spirit inside of it, as well as I'm going to say Jupiter does, because it's the single dot with 8 empty spaces that inherit this thing over here. So we're going to have now a 3 times 3 is 9. So all we have is 3 times 3 is 9. So we no longer have 2 numbers. So what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to see if I should change it. And instead of doing 4, if I should start adding it in, or because I can't do anything at 4, I'm just going to say that's your standard. It doesn't fit. It's only going to give me dots. So maybe I'll just go 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, okay, equals to 16, 8, 24, and we'll knock off 24 over here. And that will be your 4, creating one line. Your 3 times 3 is 9, 3 plus 3 is 6, equaling to 15. That will give you 1 over here. So notice, how did I create 42? 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8, 2 and 4. And since I couldn't do anything with 3 either, so now I created it, and 4 and 2 is 6, 5 and 1 is 6. So when that is created as 4 and 2 is 6, when that happens, 4 and 2 is 6, we have 5 and 3 is 8. So this is what's happening. So we would go 4, 2, 6. I would have to go to 5, 3, 8. So if I did that, my design would be 4, 2 is 6, 5, 3 is 8. This is 5, 3. It's my 4, 2, my 5, 3, my 4, 2, my 5, 3, my 4, 2. So my 5, 3, 4, 2 would create that. My 3, was that what it was? No, my 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 2 creates that. And that might be Britain. That's where the sun is, between 4 and 5, and between 4 and 5, the sun marks that spot. Let me go to the other 4. No, we can't use 4. 2 and 6 is what we're going to use. Where's 2 and 6? We didn't use 2 and 6 over here. 2 and 6 was 5 and 1. Okay, we got 5 and 1. Here's 5 and 1. So now we're going to extend this box to 5 and 1. And the reverse is 2 and 6. So here's that, 2 and 6. So here's 2, 6. And we're going to enter 2, 6 over here. And we're going to extend this box. So we have a rectangular box in between 2 cubes. So here we have 4 and 1. So if we have 4 and 1, right, we're going to take the invert of 4 and 1, and we're going to connect 6 and 3. So we have the invert of 4 and 1, going to connect 6 and 3. So when we connect the 4, 1, 6, 3, we end up running through the cubes down over here and back over here through the cubes. And that is what happens when your 4-1 inverts to your, wait, was that what it is? Your 4-1, okay, inverted to your 3-6. So your 4-1 inverts to your 3-6. So then we had what was 2 cubes is now being infiltrated by 41, and that is AD. What is first is last. What mirrors, maybe that's the new A. We've taken it in number 44, this area, and this one was taken in under 66 level 3. We're going to take another look. We're going to look at number 5 and number 2 that we've already created, and we're going to see the polarity is 5 and 2 is what. Now this is the 7th gate. I have to be careful for this one. This is 5 times 5 equals 25. The 7th gate has entered. But when it enters its dimension, it enters through the half-life, because the value of the word 6 equals to 52, which it enters at Q. Mathematics, right? So when we go for 2-5 that we've already done, so I know it's marked, we have to go to 2-5, so there's nothing I have to do. So what else did I do? I have 4-1. Did I have 1-6? Yes, I did 1-6. It reverts to 1-6. 4-4. Did I do 4-4? So if I did 4-4, I do 3-3. If I do 4-4, I do 3-3. I ended up with 16. So 4-4 ended up to where 8 plus 8 was. So 4 plus 4 ends up in the heaven. 3 plus 3, okay, which is 9, which is 15, okay, ends up to be 1 particle of the dice. It is 30, obviously, so that means it'll come over here. Did I do that final answer? 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2. 2 times 2. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. So number 22 is going to come over here. And that, again, is Mars, Venus. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, okay, will be over here. So 11, 1 plus 1, 1 times 1 is 11, which equals to 2 and 1, looking like 12, but it's actually 2 numbers together looking like 11. So 11 creates 12. And 12 will create number 23, creating 5. 11 equals to 2. 2, 3, and 5, BCE. 23.5, Bell Canada Enterprises. 55. So this is our, did we do the whole thing? 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 by 8. So now, what can I connect together and why? What can I connect together? Because that's your star system math equation right there. Can we make it all darker, or should I try to figure out where else should we go with this? Well, I didn't do 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. But I like to change all 10s for 7, so we're going to revert that here. All 11s could be 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. We're not going to go anywhere. 11 by 11 is 121. Where am I going to go with that? So I'm just going to take it as ABC. So maybe I should just go ABC at the end. And when I go to 1, right, I should just repeat 1 and 5 over here. So if Mars is here 1 and 5, I would have, here's 1, right, and here's 5, right? And then here's 1 and 5 here. So then if 1 and 5 is here and 1 and 5 is here, I would run this all the way down here. Now my other question is, since 1 and 5 is here, will I also run? See, it doesn't run over here. It runs above it. I can't do it. I don't like that. So now, let's take this one more step. Let's see what happened. 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 4 equals 16. 5 times 5 equals 25. 6 by 6 equals to 36. Once you get to the next 3 levels, they are 6 and 1 equals to 7. 6 and 2 equals to 8. And 6 and 3 equals to 9. 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3 equals to 9. So if we're going to multiply anything, we're going to have to multiply inside of this. But also 5 and 4 equals to 9, and 3 and 5 equals to 8, and 2 and 5 equals to 7, as 3 and 4 equals to 7, as 4 and 4 equals to 8, as 3 and 3 equals to 6, as 4 and 4 equals to 8. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I mean, I'm just getting lost in my own flavor over here. 7 times 7 equals to 49. 8 times 8 equals to 64, and 9 times 9 equals to 81. So the standard formation this is the standard formation of the multiplication. 149, 779, 419. So here, again, where the split of the Christ is, the Christ and then into Jupiter, running into Jupiter. And then here we have Mars. And this is the secondary creation. Remember what I said? A, B, C, D. First it's 8, then it's 4, then it's 9. And then boom, first, second, third, boom. First, second, third, boom. Inside 77, inside the Christ. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 6 plus 6, 7 plus 7, 8 plus 8, 9 plus 9, equals 2, equals 4, equals 6, equals 8, equals 10, equals 12, equals 14, equals 16, equals 18, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 8, 6, 4, 2. So we can tell that this row, okay, is all run by Venus. Okay, this row is all run by Venus. Okay, the movement of Venus to the 7th gate, number 27 or 72. So Q goes along. When you have 72, you will have 17 or 27. Doesn't matter. So what happened over here? 18, 1 and 8 is 9, 1 and 6 is 7, 1 and 4 is 5. The only way to get this, 2, 4, 6, 8, is to have movement of 2 or 7. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 7 plus 7 equals to 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. Plus 7 equals to 12. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So now you have 3, 5. So 7 and 2 reduce everything. So when does 7 become 9? Seven becomes 9 when 9 arrives at 7. When the birth arrives at 7, that's when it becomes 9. So when does 9 become 7? Or when does 7 become 7? Well, at 7, it is 7. And then it is 7 again. You see, 5 times 7 equals to 35. And when 7 reaches 7, I think it only reaches at 7 when it goes all the way around to 10. So it doesn't reach 7. So when does it reach? It reaches 9. When does 7 reach 5? 7 reaches 5 when it's 2 times 7. So the invert of the cube, 5 and 2, okay, will create 35, 8, and 2 times 7 equals to 14. When 14 equals to 5, this one equals to 8. When will 7 be what? The polarity, we're not going to do with this because if I would have used a 3 and a 4, we would have 7 becomes 3 in the third cycle. When does 7 become 4? In the 7th cycle. So in the 3rd and 7th cycle, 7 becomes polarity. 3 times 7, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 plus 9 is 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. So see what 7 had to do to become, what was I looking, what not, oh, equals to 4, sorry. 9 plus 4 equals to 13. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. So where was I with that design? Yeah, so what I'm going to finish off with here is, when does this start to repeat? See, this one is already repeated in the multiplication, but this one has to go 10. This has to go a complete 10 before it repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the next one will be 2 again. The 10th one repeats. Here you go the whole way, and the third one is a 9. 4, 5, the sixth one is a 9. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9. 9 repeats. 5, 1 and 4, 5. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4, 5. 4 and 1, 5. 5, 9, 5, 9, 5. E-I-E-I-O. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to put them together. We're going to have 3, 8, 6, 6, 8, 3, 9, 8, 9. And that is the formation of the star system of math for the multiplication of the same numeric value. 3, 8, 6, 6, 8, 3, 9, 8, 9. And that's what the complete formation is going to be. So now what I would do with this in 9 numbers, I can do it here also. I can do it here also. Okay. What I would do is, since this is first, I am going to add it to the 6th one, equals to 14. 2 and 12 is 14, or 2 and 3. 1 and 1 is 6 and 6. Now we're going to go to number 5. 5 and 5, 10. 2 and 2, 4, 14. How about 8 and 6? 3 and 3, 6. 4 and 4, 8, 14. So we're going to see if it works anywhere else. Here is 7, 8 and 8. 8 and 8 can be like 4 and 4, right? So we were adding up 7s, right? So how about if I take away 8 minus the 1 and 1 will equal to 14? Or the 9 and 9 and take away the 2 and it'll equal to 14. So we're going to take the, now what we're going to do is we're going to go first and third. First and third, right. The reason I'm going to first and third is because I want to work off the formations that were given here. 1, 4, 7. I need to equal to a 10. I need to equal to any number that totals to a number of 13. And that even includes 9 and 13, 85, 85, or 58. This is 13. I'm not looking to break the world up. I'm looking to piece it together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect 1 and 3. So we're going to get 1 and 3 is 8. So I'm going to get now 9. Since 1 and 3 is 4, 9 and 4 is 13. 1 and 3 and 4. So I'm going to connect 9 and 44. And that's 26. So 9 and 4 equals to a total of 18 and 8 equals 26. So now I'm going to connect 8 and 5. 16, 8, and 5 is 13. So I'm going to connect 8 and 5. So I'm going to connect 16 and 10 equals to 26. So now I'm going to connect all number 4s, right? So 7 and 7. So I would get, right? Is that, what am I connecting? 9 and 4 is 13. That's 26. 8 and 5, 7 and 6 connected together, 26. So all 13s will create 26. All number 4s create 26. 4 equals 26. So what did 7 equals? 7 equal to 14. So what do 10s equal? Well, how do you get 10? Well, 1 and 9. The first and the ninth. First is 2, ninth is 18. So 1 and 1 equals to 2. 9 and 9 equals to 18 equals to 20. So now we're going to go with the cycle of the moon, 2 and 2. And 8 and 8 equals to 4 equals to 16. And that'll equal to 20. So now you know that your worlds are 3 and 3 and 7 and 7 equals to 6 equals to 14. This now you have reached green. You have reached green. You have reached the student and the passage. In pool, this is green. The 14 ball is green. This will create 45. This will be your birth in the sun through Christ, Christmas, coming over here. This will be 66, the passage, the woman, the freedom. The polarity is going to come, okay? There's no polarity yet. This is part of a polarity because even in the game of Baccarat, there's something different about the 3 and the 8 when they come out, or a total of it. But what you have to know is this is a standard number to where this is twice the standard. And it creates the separation of 76, the gateway. This is because number 3 and number 4 are polarized, 33, 44. So we're going to see what that does a little later on. So 33, and then we're going to do 44 and 66. So this is going to be 8, and this is going to be 12. This is created by number 28 and 26. 28 will create 26. And this is, and 2 times 6, 2 plus 6. This equals this. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals to 12 and 8, which equals to 3 and 8. So this is what happens over here. So when I explained these two coming together, and look at the total numbers between, where is it again? Oh, on the 7th gate. No, forget about that. So, and this 44 is going to be separation of the 7th gate. It's a single number, and it's a 68. Here is the dividing of 66, freedom, 1 6 to the other 6. Here is 64. This is going to be 64 and 16. This will be its own representation of, in French, they say 4 times 20 to say 80. This is its own rendition. When I go 2 times 2 and I bring it to a single digit, all zeros equal to 6, this will now be 80. When they say 80 in French, they say 4 times 20. This will be 66 plus 14. This will be 80. This will be 68 plus 12, and that will be 80. But this will be the split of the gateway through 66. This one is between the day and the night. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, separating the day and the night, the gateway, the half-life. Where else? I got one. So really, when you have 1, 2, 3, right, you have everything, because everything is just a reflection of 1, 2, 3. 1 opposite 6, 2 opposite 5, 3 opposite 4. So you have 1, 2, 3. So what do I need to bring in here? Oh, and I already did the opposites. Look, 6 went with 4, 7 went with 3, 8 went with 2, 9 went with 1. And I didn't do it. But anyways, I'm a little tired. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm far from finished. The last part, yes, I did want to finish one more piece. We didn't do the both of them together. When I bring 1 and 9 together, I get 12, I get 3. Let me see how this works. When I bring the first one, I get 3 and 9. I get 8 and 8 in Venus. I get 6 and 9 in the third position. I get 6 and 3. 6 and 3. So the H is the separation to all of it. If I want to bring this down in size, the heaven's birth, creation, I'm just trying to look at what it can possibly say, but these are the equations. Three and 9, 8 and 8, 6 and 9. So this is the rotation. So there's there has to be two sets, because there's an 8 created in every rotation of 69. So we probably need 3 of each. And then the fourth one is what creates the polarity. So this is how this comes together. So this is 12, 16, 15, 09, 3769, 3769. Rotation of the creation gates of the half-life. I'm just looking at things. 23, 18 and 11, 29. So now let's combinate now the fours. The first and the third, 3 and 6. The second and the second, 8 and 8. The third and the first we did already. The fourth and the ninth is 6 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ninth. You see, after 4, you don't have to do any more, because it's the beginning of the TH. Standard is ABC. Unless it's always ABC plus D, ABC plus E, ABC plus F. So anyways, it's still questionable. Everything's still up in the air. Anyways, 5 plus 8. So you need 8 and 8 to come together over here. Because 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 6 and 7 is 9 and 3 have to come together. 9 and 3 have to come together. 8. We're going to 8 and 5 came together, so we did that all. Now we are going to work it to the 7 position. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 3 come together. 2 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 and 8 come together. 3 and 4. 6 and 6 come together. That's where we get 7s. Now we're going to do 9 minus 2, so it's 9 minus 8. 9 and 8 come together. 8 minus 1, so 8 and 3 come together. I'm just trying to understand what the... So this becomes 9, 7, 6, 3. This becomes 6, 7, 3. And these two didn't have to be done. But if you noticed, they paired themselves up. 3, 3, 8, 8, 6, 6. We're going to go to number 7. Watch. The first and the sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 3. 2 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 and 8. 3 and 4. They all pair up in the multiplication. This is what they become. Out of all this, they become this. This is in the world of the seventh gate. These two are polarity. And this is running standard. 3 times 8, 24 times 6 days a week, 144. 144, 288, half of the cycle of 5760, which is the year 2000. It's 1000. Do you follow what I'm saying? Everything is in a cycle. 1440, 25,920 divided by 1440 equals to 18. 18 equals 25,920 of the Mayan count. And remember, it takes 4 of these to equal to a series. 3 is it's 3 is standard. 3 is standard. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So there are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 periods in the calendar. 6 periods of 3. So that would mean in periods of 4, there would be, 4.5, because we end everything. I think things end in the half. Anyways, I don't know. A little tired. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I am all over the place. There's so much information that is unknown that I'm still working on. If others want to get involved, I create situations through numbers, through games, create art from it, see what shows up. I want to see one more time. Let's see one more time before we end this. We're going to color this in and see what happens here. So I liked that. I liked the way that came in, you know, and I liked the way but it continued on, right? Jupiter continued all the way on to over here. That's a Jupiter-Venus created. And then I'm going to maybe create something on the inside. And then this line went all the way through also. So if that line went all the way through, then we can do this. Whoop. We can do that. And then we had, this came over here. And I'm quite sure if I drew a couple of more boards and I connected it inside, I'd see what I'd come up with. So there's this. I'm not sure if I connect, you see, over here, the connection, right? Because it's 6 and 8, that is a gateway. Because it's 6 and 8 in the gateway, this is Pluto over here coming into this. And if you look at it, is the crown. I see a crown. I see a crown. I could have, I don't know if I should have went right to the end or this one. Why do I have this one here? Oh yes, this is 7 times 7. So my gateway, my furthest away is 7 times 7, 49. Is there any other number that ends with a 9? Just this one over here. So would I connect these together? And don't forget, there's only a half space over here in between here and here. Down here, up here, down here, up here, DNA. You remember the crisscrossing? Now let's see if I can just maybe take a little orange. Looks like a tower. I did it this way. I didn't want to connect this. You know, we got to number 8, right? This was number 8, 9. This was number 8. This was number 8. I was supposed to stop right here. There's a separation between 8 and 9, right? Something different than the rest of this stretch to 80. And I don't like that I did that, so so what does this do? What does this leave me over? What do I have to connect? What is this doing? Can I connect these two? I don't know. What's left over? I never looked at that. What's left over? I have two. Let's look at what's left over before I close the book. I have 21 left over. I have 31 left over. I have 71 left over. I have 91 left over. I have also 12, 21, 31. And then I have 71 again, 91 again. I have 82. I have 22. I have 82, 81, 82. I have 28 or 82 and 38, 28 and 38, and 68, 68 and 78, 68, 78, not 58. I got 88, but I used 88, you know, I used 88 as a number, so maybe I can use that as a blocker, right? Maybe I can use these as a blocker over here, because I used 88 and I used 77 and I used 66, so maybe these are my points, right? And remember, since I used all these by points, 8 and 6 is a polarity, 5 and 9 is a polarity, so there's other dots that might enter into this realm of creation. What else are we missing here? I'm missing 91, 92, 92, 93. I got 95, 96, 97, 98. So I'm missing all those in the 90s. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 8, 1, 1, 3, 4, 8. Anyways, I'm not going to go over the whole thing. 8 is missing 2, 3. 8 is missing 2 and 3. 8 is missing 6. 8 is missing 9. 8 is missing 6 and 9. 8 is missing 6. 89. I don't want to get 88, so I got 89. So 7 is missing 1. 7 and 3. I got 7 and 3 is missing. 7 and 1, 7 and 3. If it's in here, 7 and 8, 7 and 9. And then 6, 6 seems to be all taken up until 6, 8. Six, 8, 6, 9. Rotation of the heavens, splitting of the gateway. DC. Half of that is DC. What else do we have? 4. No, 4 is occupied all the way. Look at that. Look at that occupancy rate. Maybe I should, if I didn't put that line, maybe I shouldn't have put that connecting line. Right? I don't put the connecting line. We get 7 and 4. 7 and 4, 7 and 3. Do I have the 7 and 3? 7 and 4, 7 and I got the 7 and 3. I don't have the 7 and 4. Okay, that's Jesus. That's creation, the gateway to heaven's birth. So, but I don't have, I'm just really missing, I'm missing is 4, 7, and that's Jesus. Right over there. He's on both these formations. He's in this cap, and that's the cap that Jack wears. So Jesus is missing in the birth of the sun, which is 84 Pluto. 84 Pluto and 64, 8 by 8. 8 and 6 brought Jesus in, the splitting of the gateway. Then there's number 3, 31, 37, 31, 37, I think is here already. 38 is there. 39 is there. 21 is there. 28 is there. 29 is there. And then we have 12 and 13. So we have 12 and 13. We have 17. We have 19. Okay, we did them all.
What's there, what's not there, what it is, it is. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching. And time for a little break. And I appreciate it. And ask me anything. Ask me to do something. I'm not sure what I can do right now, but I'm so tired. I'm not sure if I did anything at all. 1st and 21st.